Welcome back. It's 19 minutes to 3 o'clock. This is the midday view on eNCA DSTV channel 403. Let's bring you this story now. The trial of 3 police officers accused of killing 16-year-old Nathaniel Julies continued today. Constable Mandla Sithole has completed his detailed testimony of what he witnessed on that day. Now, the second eyewitness to events on that fateful day started testifying as well. The state has a slew of witnesses it intends to call. Well, following this court case for us, this hour is eNCA reporter Heidi Giokos, and she's joining us now live from outside Palm Ridge Magistrate Court. Heidi, good afternoon. Welcome to the media. This was a very short day in court today in this Nathaniel Julies trial. Tell us what happened.
Yes, indeed, a very short day, and the reason for this is because the judge presiding over Nomia Ndlovu's trial is the same judge in the Nathaniel Julies trial as well. So the judge had started with the Nomia Ndlovu proceedings and then started with Nathaniel Julies only just after 1 o'clock. The judge indicating that he was rather tired as it had been a long morning and Nomia Ndlovu took longer than expected. So we only sat just until after 2 o'clock. Of course, it was the third witness that took the stand today. It's Colonel James Chauke, who also testified yesterday but did not complete his testimony. But he was the station commander on the day that the shooting took place last year, August. And he, of course, was the station commander and in charge of Aldo's police station on that particular day. So all police officers on duty had to report back to Colonel James Chauke on that particular day. Very short in court. He was only asked 3 or 4 questions, Dan.
Yeah, I understand that the questions also included how were linked to how the accused number 2 picked up the body of Nathaniel Julies and put him in the back of the police van. Can you elaborate?
Yes, certainly. So we do know that part of the evidence that the state is leading speaks specifically to the ammunition that was in the shotgun that accused number 1 fired with. And according to accused number 1, she was under the impression that it was rubber bullets. And the state asking Colonel James Chauke how it works when a police officer books out a shotgun, if it is rubber bullets or ammunition, how that whole process works. Colonel Chauke making it very clear, Dan, that according to the evidence brought forward and according to his assessment, accused number 2 went against protocol because he did not book out the live ammunition that was used on that particular day in Aldo's when Nathaniel Julies was shot. What's also very alarming for the state is that police officers are not supposed to pick up anybody when they are injured, shot, or any kind of when they are hurt. And it seems as though accused number 1 went against that protocol, and we understand that accused number 2 picked up the body of Nathaniel Julies and put him at the back of the van and rushed him to Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, and this is where he was declared dead upon arrival. Of course, Colonel Chauke is saying that this is tampering with the crime scene, and this is why police officers are urged and encouraged to rather call the ambulance or other authorities that need to assist in situations like this. Let's listen to Colonel Chauke on this matter.
Why I say this, my lord? In the police, it means when we are doing that, after maybe such similar incident occurred, your duty is to call on the scene, call all role players. The reason of pardoning the scene, my lord, is to protect all the truth of the evidence or the exhibit that must be found at the scene. Remember. So if you tamper, it's like you are tampering with the scene if you are doing that.
Okay, Heidi, finally and very briefly, my dear, what do we expect in court tomorrow?
So we know that Colonel James Chauke will continue tomorrow. The state will complete its evidence with the colonel, and then of course he will be cross-examined by the legal team of especially accused number 2 and accused number 3, as the colonel directly dealt with accused number 2 and accused number 3 when the incident took place. It's also important to highlight the fact that accused number 3 was not on duty. He was not in the van when the shooting took place. He was actually called by accused number 2 and said, we need help, there's been a situation in Aldo's, and this is how he was identified at the crime scene by an eyewitness who testified yesterday, saying that soon after the shooting and soon after the police van left, somebody in an unmarked VW Polo, white Polo, pulled up to the crime scene and seems as though he was looking for something. So this will continue tomorrow, but I must just also add, Dan, that the family is waiting in anticipation. It's been short days in court today, and tomorrow will only be sitting until 2:30. But Nathaniel Julies' mother is in court every single day relentlessly, and she just sits there and sobs when she hears some of the evidence brought forward. So tomorrow back in court, 9:30 until 2:30.
Okay, thank you very much, the Heidi Giokos, for the latest in that case. Well, that